always on red, right, Christian?
Always on
Red or
red.
black?
Always on.
Red.
Red? I'm more of a always on black.
I'm more of a black
always
guy,
on
guy
black.
too, but
I don't
listen,
know. I've always been red.
just kind of got to see what happens on the day, you know?
Okay, well, let's start off. Who wants to start? Christian.
I will
NFL,
start.
let's go.
Let's
go. We haven't
dis-
talked
let's
about it.
discuss- we haven't-
Finally, you get to talk about
Yes,
it.
we haven't talked about the NFL
The
in a
grand
while.
recap here. Here it
The
goes.
great recap. So free agency it's about over. Obviously, there's some notable moves. The Bills finally traded for a receiver.
Enjoy him,
DJ
man.
Moore.
Enjoy him. I'm gonna miss him.
He's
a lot.
good.
Enjoy him.
So I'm really happy about that. Someone who's physical, someone who can win on the outside, win routes, contested catches. That's exactly what we needed.
Very good player.
And obviously, the Ravens kind of got screwed though.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Well, to be fair, I thought they ended up winning at the end of it all because they did get Hendrickson and
Yes.
they kept their picks. So you could argue, okay, yeah, they actually got better out of it, but that was a whole crazy
I don't know. Just
situation.
Max Crosby is another level. I'm really surprised to see what happened. And now the Raiders are an interesting predicament because now they signed all those players. So how do they manage
Exactly.
the cap?
I was about to say they spent so much money on their defense, and now he's just back, and he's obviously the best defender. He's always has been, and obviously he made it clear they kind of wants to leave in the summer, and then they made in the offseason they made
Yeah.
the trade and didn't pass the physical.
and now he's
I don't know what's
there.
gonna happen now because again, like you said, they signed all these guys, and I feel like now they're at a point where okay, they've kind of like built this team to be not obviously win the whole thing because I don't think because obviously
to be competitive,
They gotta have
at
yeah,
the
exactly,
very-
to be
at the
competitive.
very
Yeah,
least.
the new quarterback Mendoza. We're assuming they're gonna pick him first overall, and it's smart what they're doing, but like that could have really helped them get more first round picks in there, get more
Yeah.
assets, add more to this young team, but it's a weird situation now. Like, are they going to trade him again? Like, what's going to happen? I don't
I
know.
don't know. Speaking of weird situations, though, the Miami Dolphins,
That's another one, too.
I cannot
That's
comprehend
another one,
what
too.
on earth they're doing. So just pick a direction. So they get rid of Tua. They're holding on to all this dead cap. Then they sign Malik Willis, a guy who he hasn't proven himself. He has some few good games, and they give him this massive contract. And then they trade away Jalen Waddle. Like, do you want him to succeed, or do you want him to become like Tua again and have more dead cap? Like, I don't
it's-
understand what on earth Miami
bit
is
nuts.
thinking. They have no direction.
To be fair, they did get a lot of they did get pretty good capital for him, but at the same time, like I mean, I think they know in that front office that they're not good anymore.
Yeah, but
They-
at
the
that
time has
point, like,
passed.
why give that big contract to Willis? You're setting him up for failure. Because if Malik Washington's his number one receiver, what can you do?
Yeah, it's a whole disastrous situation. I think it's going to start like propelling the tank here, I guess, and just start. I don't know. It's a weird situation, but they've really cleaned house. So they got rid of a lot of their main guys, the main pillars of that franchise for a while. Even the coaches too. The coach is gone, so it's a weird situation with them. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, another one is Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker. He
Yes.
signs with the Chiefs as well.
It's
That
the
is.
Chiefs.
It almost was like the good can't get any better. Even though they
I'm
had-
shocked how
even in a down year, they get the Super Bowl MVP. It's just
I mean, you've got to give him not a blank check because he's a running back still, but at the end of the day, this guy just won you Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
You rushed for over 100 yards. He was the reason you won that game, basically more than Sam Darnold, more than anyone. And you can't let him go to a team like the Chiefs. That's exactly what the Chiefs have been needing this whole time.
Yeah.
That spark, that run game that hasn't been good with Pacheco. Speaking of Pacheco, he went to the Lions because Montgomery
Yeah.
and all these running backs are
yeah,
switching
the whole
around. but-
carousel. Yeah,
this whole carousel,
Yeah.
but
that's kind of how it goes.
the Chiefs are going to be a problem next year.
Yeah, especially if Patty Mahomes can be healthy for a good chunk of next year. I'm not sure when he's going to come back just yet. I'm assuming he'll be back at
Probably
least.
not because the ACL tear, so he won't be back too early, but he might miss a few games.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But they're just when we think we're able to count them out, we can't. They also have the first round pick this year too, a top 10 pick. So it's dangerous. It's going to be dangerous next year for sure. And that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much caps off.
Yeah, that's the
That's
major
pretty much the
news in
major
the
stuff
NFL.
that we want to go
Christian,
over.
will the
and-
Bills actually do anything next year? Or are they just going to be
I mean,
frauds
they
once
really
again?
should. Like at this point, like the AFC isn't like too competitive. Obviously, New England's not going to make the Super Bowl again. They fluked it off.
Yeah.
Good team, but not that caliber yet. The Broncos could be dangerous. Obviously, they're getting Jalen Waddle. They didn't really have a first shot
Yeah.
in the AFC Championship. I'm pretty sure, 99% confident they would have won had Bo Nix been healthy.
Yeah.
And I think the Bills do have an opportunity now that they do have DJ Moore. They are signing some guys on the defense. The draft is coming up, so many things can happen with that. And I mean, yeah, they definitely have an opportunity just because of how open the AFC is.
Yeah.
If Lamar Jackson's healthy, I could see Baltimore. They might be my front runner to make it to the Super Bowl. But then again, they always have the same playoff struggles the Bills have.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. But I think we could see in the NFC more or less the same thing: Seattle, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with the Bills too. The Bills are like, no matter who they lose, as long as they have Josh Allen and have their main core figureheads
have a
there,
chance. If
they're
he's
always
there,
going to
they
be in
have
the
a
mix.
chance.
You know what I mean? Like they're always in the mix. They're always in the top 5 odds and all that kind of stuff, right? So you can never really count them out. It's just we got to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Injuries, record, home advantage, because obviously they didn't have this year either. So it all plays a factor at some point, right? So
For sure. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to the World Baseball
Yes.
Classic
that,
Finals.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take your opinion first.
My opinion first.
Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game.
Okay.
I did watch the game. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, and that's a feel good win for them because, I mean, we were on the panel a couple weeks ago. We were saying, hey, like I'm pretty sure you had Japan to win, I had Dominican to win, and USA to win. Those are the big three, the three-headed monster for all of us, and it was an outsider one. It was
Should
pretty
have been
good.
Dominican in that finals.
Should've
Yeah,
been.
that was
Whoever-
that was
I
a
don't
ridiculous
care
call.
what
How
anyone
on
says.
earth do you call that a strike? It's
It
Yeah,
should've
really
been-
well
that
deserved.
call
should've
was
been
terrible.
Dominican
Oh
in
my
that
God, that call
finals.
was so bad.
If they called that correctly, it would have been Tatis coming up with a runner on first and third
Yeah.
with a chance to tie or win the game.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I think he would have done it. Like,
Yeah.
In that
that's
moment,
his,
he
that,
could've.
that's
That
his
was his-
pitcher.
that was his moment.
Miller is on his team. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he knows
yeah.
him pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm really disappointed in the umpiring and that, like, it wasn't just in that one moment. Like, there were a lot of bad
Oh yeah,
calls.
even though that
Yeah.
game too, there was a lot.
There
of
were
bad
a lot
ones.
of bad calls, and
lot of
also,
poor ones, yeah.
also, like, you know, now you have Venezuela against U.S. and Venezuela ends up winning. How does the U.S. lose that game? Like,
I mean, Venezuela's got a very underrated.
have an underrated
Like,
roster.
I
Yeah,
did
they
not
have an
realize the
underrated team,
strength
but-
of their roster until I actually went
No.
on the app. I actually
I'm gonna
looked
be
through
honest,
their
bro.
players.
How does the U.S. lose that game?
They
You
should
look
not
at-
have lost that
You look
game.
at their batting order. You look at their pitching.
Oh,
I
of
mean,
course, the USA
you
is the
can't really blame
juggernaut, but
pitching,
Venezuela still has a good team.
Yeah, they're small-
I
yeah,
see
they're
these
small players,
upsets.
yeah.
Like Japan on paper, they didn't have
No.
as talented as the USA, but they still found a way to win. You
No,
know,
but Japan.
These
but
things
Japan,
happen in the world
People
baseball.
just
Yeah.
aren't as recognized with Japan. The Venezuelan players, a lot of them play in the MLB, so everyone knows like,
Yeah.
the names, the big
Yeah.
names,
Yeah,
like
they're-
the
they're
Acuñas,
a good
you know,
team.
those guys.
Yeah.
But how the hell does that U.S. that hitting lineup is out of this world? The top 9 is insane. Like, it's crazy. You have Gold Glovers everywhere. You have batting champions. You have home run champions. You have MVPs. It's like every time you go around the lineup, there's always a threat. You get a man on base, there's always a threat for a homer. How the hell do you lose that? To me, that makes no sense. I'm sorry. I have respect for Venezuela, but
Well, of
I
course,
just
the
don't-
USA is
No,
better
yeah,
on
that's-
paper.
I just
Yeah.
don't understand how the U.S. loses that game.
Yeah,
and
that's
I know
crazy.
Judge. I'm kind of starting to look at Judge as just, dude, this guy just does not perform.
He's a playoff choker.
He is.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a
and
big
it's-
game choker. He's
and
always
and
has
he's
been.
how old?
Yeah.
He's like 32 now, 33, I
Yeah,
think.
he's getting older.
he's
He's
yeah.
getting
there.
up there.
He's
So
nearing
like,
the turn. Yeah.
I-
He's
I-
always been like that. Even in the J series, our series in the ALDS, like he obviously had the big homer off the foul pole in Game 3, but other than that, like in the World Series, he was invisible. Obviously, the missed catch costing the whole thing pretty much. There's been many instances where he's just not been that guy. And I want to add on to your point with the bats too. They only had like 4 hits the whole game.
Yeah. Like
Against Venezuela, like,
and you
respect
can't
to
blame
them, but,
their
like,
pitching.
you can't-
You
no,
can't
you
blame the
can't.
U.S. pitching.
You
Give up a
can't.
home run or a hit here or there, it happens.
Yeah.
Especially like Venezuela, I'm gonna give them some respect. They have a really good like hitting lineup or like a good contact lineup at least.
Yeah.
And they know how to get on base decently well. But like that top 9 of the U.S. dude, are you kidding me? Like
Yeah,
that top
no
nine
It's
one-
surprising
is
they were
so
held to
crazy.
2 runs. It's very
I was thinking
surprising.
about it earlier in the day.
To
I was
both
like-
games, too,
I was
right?
like, to
Yeah,
myself,
both games.
Oh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this game? Right? I thought to myself, and I was like, okay, the U.S. 100% is gonna.
Yeah.
Win. They're gonna. Blow
I thought-
them
yeah,
out, right?
I thought
thought
It's
they would
Venezuela.
win.
It's not like Japan or.
They were one of the big 3 juggernaut teams. We're thinking, okay, yeah, those guys are the big teams, right?
And
If
they just
they
go
were
and
just-
get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
crazy, yeah.
beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
great to watch. But
was a
again,
good game.
props to Venezuela because again they beat Japan to get here, and then also to beat USA. That's credit. That's unbelievable.
Of course.
That's great.
They went through
That's a great effort
they
right
went
there.
throw the gauntlet, man.
They literally had to
Japan
go
and
through
the
the toughest
U.S. are-
teams.
They
and
beat
they beat 'em, and
Italy,
they
who
beat
was
'em all.
playing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They proved they deserved it. They
Yeah,
beat
they did.
whoever they needed to
100%.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that wait, no, did Japan lose to Italy or did Venezuela?
No,
lose?
Japan lost to Venezuela.
Okay, so
and then
there's 3
Italy
rounds.
lost to
Right,
Venezuela.
Okay, yeah. But I think that if Dominican was in the finals, they would have won.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
the
that's
win.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because-
can see that.
Because I think they should be in the U.S. too. They were the better team.
Yeah.
I think they were probably the best team in that tournament, Dominican. I think.
Oh, yeah.
When they come back next time around, they're probably gonna win, because their
could see
team
it.
is so damn.
And a lot of those guys are pretty young too. They're not all that old yet.
Well,
They're
Vladdy's
like
just turned 27, so he's
Yeah.
gonna be 30, maybe
Yeah.
around 30 next
yeah,
time.
but same most of the other guys too. They're all like in their like.
I'm
mid to
just
late
disappointed,
20s.
man. I'm so disappointed with the finals.
Yeah,
Like-
but I mean,
It was a good
again,
game.
it was a
I
good-
enjoyed
it was a
it.
good
But I
game,
wish it
man.
was Dominican Venezuela. I think it
Oh, of
deserved
course,
to be
but
that.
it was
Yeah.
still. I enjoyed the
But
game.
it was funny because Venezuela, U.S. with the tensions going on. We're not
Yeah.
gonna get
That
into
was
it,
That
but
was funny.
It's kind of funny how
It added to
worked
the
out,
storyline,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was
right?
cool,
It's kind of
though.
like the Canada, U.S. last year in the four
Well, yeah,
nations.
props to them, man. That's a hell of an effort to beat two of the powerhouse
yeah.
teams, the two finalists
And they
last
have
time
a-
around, and they beat them.
They're
pretty well.
very underrated though, Venezuela. I do agree with
Yeah.
that. Very underrated.
Oh, yeah.
team.
They got a lot of good
Like,
guys.
Like a
They
lot
have
of
good
people were
roster.
not even giving them a chance against
No.
Japan.
No, I wasn't.
I wasn't either.
I didn't think they beat Japan.
Yeah.
They had maybe a slight chance, but I would have never imagined they would have won the whole thing. That's the
Me
only
too.
thing.
I
wouldn't
that's
have
so out of
imagined.
left field, man. Really.
Yeah.
Really. But okay.
Props to them, man.
Yeah, good for them. Okay, let's move on to the NBA next.
Yeah.
George, we were talking about it a bit earlier. Cade
Yeah.
Cunningham.
That's so
Is he
unfortunate, man.
That's
out for the
devastating.
season, or is he out for?
It's off for extended period of time,
extended period,
and
so
a collapsed
probably
lung
the
is not a
season,
good
probably the
good thing.
So,
right?
what do
who
the
knows?
Pistons do from here? Do they try to make it to the try to make a? They're obviously gonna make a push.
They're already first in the East.
Yeah.
They're
Can't
not
really-
gonna. I don't think they're gonna. Be
I
able to
think
make
it's just,
the
I think
finals.
it's just going to be a matter of like it depends. Well, first of all, we also got to see how long it's going to be out for.
Yeah.
right? 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is out for the rest of the season and the playoffs, and he's like
Yeah.
they had such a good season and it's going to be ruined because of
Yeah.
that. Like it's unfortunate. It's sad because again, the Pistons have been so hungry for this, for finally being good again, and obviously they had a little glimpse of that last year, and so they're finally the real year of it, like, oh yeah, we're here, like we made it, we're one of the kings of the East right now, and it's unfortunate. Like I don't know what's gonna happen from here, but I just don't. If he's up for the playoffs, I don't see any world where they beat anyone else
No.
or get through a
See,
series.
I think it's good if they make the playoffs and they just get some experience.
No, they're gonna
'Cause
make the
they
playoffs
could-
for sure.
'cause they could beat a play-in team. We know that. Even
Yeah,
without
of course.
Cunningham, they could beat a play-in team, and they can maybe make it to the conference finals if they play. I don't know, like I don't know who the 4th or 5th seed is, but maybe
Yeah.
it's Cleveland or something.
Cleveland.
Cleveland, I
or
think we're in there right now. I think it's
The
us
Raptors
five,
are
right?
in the mix.
Yeah, they
We're
could-
somewhere in
they
there.
could-
Miami's
be, yeah.
on
I
the
think
up.
I think what they have to try and do is try to get some playoff experience for their young guys like Duran, like I don't know who they have. Do they still have Harris? Harris has experience.
Yeah, Harris,
He's
yeah.
there.
They're all there last year.
Duran
pretty
has
much,
to
those
step
guys.
up. That's
Yeah.
that's plain and
Yeah,
simple. He's going to be the
obviously.
guy they're looking to.
Yeah.
But without Cunningham, it's gonna be hard, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna
It's so
really
tough,
good. Is
man.
it still Jaden Ivey?
I know, it was in
Yeah,
Chicago.
they traded him, right? Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's
That's-
gonna be really
that's
tough for them, man. But again, like you said though, it is possible for them to at least win a round because it depends on who they play. Because they can play like an
An 8th seed, and it'll be
an
very
8 seed or
whoever's,
just a mid play-in team,
Yeah.
and then they can find a way to win a series there. But I just don't. It
or
sucks. It
even
sucks,
if they can just find their way to win the first series and then Cade comes back for the
Then-
second round,
then they'll be okay,
Like
yeah.
it really
Yeah,
it
of
all
course.
it all depends when he comes back.
Yeah.
If he comes back, if he's out for longer than the second round of the
But
playoffs,
still
I don't
see
like
them
their
making the
chances.
finals.
No,
I don't
Not,
see it.
yeah,
I
not
like
even
Boston,
close.
I really
Not
like
anymore.
Boston and New York's chances this
On
year.
the new
Yeah.
power rankings, I put Boston at 2, and right behind OKC, and then I put
Yeah.
San Antonio at 3. I don't know, man. I'm scared of Boston. I think
Boston
they're-
are
I don't
good,
know.
man.
I think we might
With Tatum
finally
back.
get that Boston OKC final. A
Yeah.
lot of people were anticipating last year,
Yeah.
so I think we
I
might
could
get
definitely see that happening. Yeah.
Or who knows? San Antonio.
San Antonio
The Spurs
could.
are, yeah.
I
Or-
think San Antonio next year. They just need that year of
there's another
experience.
team that's really been playing some good ball lately.
The Lakers are not making the finals.
What he said.
The 7 games they've won. I'm not saying they're going to make it.
Everyone goes on.
I'm
Every
just
good
saying,
team goes on a
but
7-game
they've
streak
won
at some
7
point.
games in a row.
Yeah.
Doncic is playing some of the best basketball of his career. MVP.
MVP. How can you say
MVP.
he's the MVP? Did you watch the game where Shea was always nailing shots in
Oh
the
my
clutch
God,
moments
oh my God.
against Denver? The 20-plus point streak, Holmgren, Williams out, like the whole season. Like, how can you not give him the MVP?
If Shea
By
doesn't-
far the betting favorite.
If Shea, no, I think Jokic is the favorite.
No
Jokic.
shot, no shot. And any reasonable
Jokic
market,
should win it.
Any will have Shea-
Jokic
No.
should win it. If
Why?
I were to pick a guy right now, it'd be Jokic. The guy's averaging a triple double. He's what, second in the West? Okay, third in the West, Denver.
They're up there.
Yeah,
Like-
OK-
like-
Or the four,
OKC
maybe. I don't know.
Shea's
They're
putting
still
up
has
good
quite a
numbers. Like
margin.
what's Shea putting up? 31, 5, and 5.
he's putting up 30 points a night.
Yeah, and it's not like they're like way ahead of San Antonio. It's not that big of a difference anymore.
Yeah, but they've had injuries this year. That strengthens its case.
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean it doesn't?
That doesn't
He,
strengthen
he,
its
has,
case.
he has to step up. If Williams is
So
not
what?
there,
So
Holmgren's
since-
always in and out.
so
Caruso's
since-
been hurt.
That doesn't but this doesn't make sense.
Of course it does. What do you mean it
I
doesn't
don't
make
know.
sense?
I don't agree with that at all. He
Has to step up at
it's not
every
like he's the
moment,
only guy
and he
on that team.
performs in
They
the
still have a
clutch
good
moments. If you
team.
saw that Denver game where he went up against Jokic,
Yeah, I saw.
he was hitting those clutch reads every
just because
moment.
he wins one game doesn't.
It wasn't. It's not just one
Shea's
game.
the
He's
MVP
been
this year.
he's been consistently
They're
scoring
not
in those
going
moments.
to vote Jokic.
It's not just that one game. Obviously, that one game was
I'm
very
gonna say
big because it
this.
was the Jokic versus Shea, but it wasn't just
If
that
I
one
were to
game.
vote for an MVP right now, I would vote for Jokic. But
He's second.
I think
I-
Shea's
I-
gonna win because Jokic has already won 3 times.
Yeah.
I
No,
think-
because
I think-
Shea deserves it. This year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's-
Is he even gonna win it? Because he might not even be eligible.
Who?
Like Shea, Jokic.
I
and
mean,
Doncic
that's
might not
the
be
thing with
eligible.
everyone. Everyone's hurt.
That's so stupid.
Shea
Yeah.
might
Just
not
take
hit the
that
games.
away.
Jokic
That's
might not
that's
hit
the only
the
thing you
games.
don't really
Yeah.
know with that.
Luca
right?
might not hit the games. But assuming everyone stays at like the same health, Shea will win it.
I think so
I think
too.
Jokic.
But I again, like the one thing I will say is that this year it feels like it's a lot closer than it has been in previous
I
years.
think
feel
Jokic
like.
should win it, in my opinion. But I think that, like, if I were to vote right now, I'd vote for Jokic. But I think that Shea will win it because there's voter bias and
I think it's more of a thing of voter fatigue than it is bias. But
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
they won't vote for a guy 3 years in a row. We saw that with Jokic
Yeah.
back in the day when
Exactly.
Embiid won it. Because
Exactly, yeah.
I think it was pretty clear. Jokic was better than Embiid that season.
Yeah,
but they put it for Embiid because
I'm saying.
he was just as close to him and
Exactly.
he can't. But it's saying that 3 years in a row. So
that's what I'm trying to say.
They wanna
It's
have
the
variety,
bias.
yeah. They want a
I don't
variety.
even think it's that. I think regardless of who's won in the past years, Shea deserves it. I think
no, I'm not-
regardless.
You
I don't
can't
wanna
argue
neglect that
record.
either.
Like, record is not that. They're not like doing way better.
It depends how much you're actually contributing to that record. When you look at all the injuries,
every
OKC
team has had
is
injuries,
first
dude.
is first in
Every
the league.
team has injuries.
Not as much as OKC, as their second best player,
Bro,
been out like over half the
Jamal
season.
Murray was out. Was Jamal Murray not injured?
For over half the season,
I don't
and
know,
their
a lot
third
of
best
They're-
guy
they're-
is in
to be- to
and
be
out
fair,
of the
they were-
lineup every night. Alex Caruso, their best defensive player, has been out. I don't remember the last time he's played.
to be fair, I think they were both out at the same time, Murray and Jokic. Pretty sure they're both around the same time. Because I have both on my fantasy team. That's why I know they're both
think
out.
That, I just think that Jokic has how much more of an impact on the game than Shea, and I think you want to talk most valuable player to a certain team. I think I have to stick with Jokic. Now, here's the thing: we're not at the end of the season yet, so we can't just say this guy's gonna win because who knows? Jokic could go on a crazy run. Shea could go on a crazy run.
Yeah.
Of like 10, 30-point games in
Yeah.
a row or something like that, or like some crazy shit that he pulls out. But I really do like Jokic's chances. If I were a voter, I'd vote for Jokic.
It's really who's who this year, honestly.
But do you
because, like,
think
it's just-
he's gonna win?
Do I think Jokic is gonna win? No, I think Shea's gonna win.
he can?
Yeah.
But
Because voter fatigue.
yeah,
No, I don't think
I
it's
think
because
so.
of that.
I think so. That's my opinion.
that's the only thing is we've seen it before. He's a good point. We've seen it before, right? We can see it again. We
do
don't
you remember?
know. Right?
Do you remember? It was what Embiid.
It was
that
a
one
bit of
year?
Jokic, so
And-
everyone
and
knew it
that
was
year
one of
that
the two.
When LeBron didn't win in like 2018, I think, when the Cavs were second in the East or fourth. No, they were fourth. It was just LeBron.
Yeah,
It was
but
just- it was
that
2018,
that was probably Harden anyway
but
because
there were a
Harden
couple
was-
of years where LeBron lost.
Yeah,
because
that
voter
yeah,
fatigue.
yeah.
And again,
yeah.
I agree. There should be parity, right? I agree with that completely.
No, I understand what you're saying. There
yeah.
is voter fatigue. I'm not going to say
It's
there
a real
isn't. It's just-
thing. We can't
I
neglect
think
it,
what I'm
right?
saying is that regardless of the voter fatigue,
Yeah.
I would vote Shea. Just regardless of whoever won, if someone won the last 5 or 10 years, I'm just saying he should win regardless.
Yeah.
I think Jokic is the guy.
Yeah. Who knows,
I'm just,
honestly.
okay, if they had like a really good record, then I would be a bit more impressed. But it's not like their record is like, oh my god, they're fucking 70-12 or something.
I really
It's-
want.
it's pretty good.
I really want to see how they finish, because don't correct me if I'm wrong, but they already have more losses than they had last season. Correct? Last year they were 68-14, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. And this year
they've lost quite a few games.
they've lost more games.
What
So,
are they,
uh,
right? Do you know their record? 50 and
They're like high 50s and like 14.
no, because you just said they've lost more games than they have last year. or same amount?
Do they have 14 losses or
Let me
more
check.
than that?
I'm gonna look.
I feel like they have a bit.
Check
like,
that. Fact check
maybe
that.
maybe like
Fact check,
maybe
yeah,
like
yeah.
what it's like barely minimum. Not I'm gonna say that's the all the end all be all, but the record like I know we don't want to admit it.
It's
and
like
we don't like that
mid
it-
50s and like
Yeah,
15
yeah,
or
something like that.
something.
Yeah, we don't want to. We don't like that the record plays such a big role in the MVP.
They're
But the
55
reality is,
and
it
50,
is.
55 and 50.
Yeah, that's what mid. Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So I feel like, and I think we also mentioned this early in the season as well. Like if they, because obviously they were unreal to start, and no Jalen Will at the beginning. They were like 24-1, whatever it was, right? I think we all agreed that if they finished higher than they did this past year, or at least with 70 wins plus, we all would say, oh yeah, 100%, no matter what the stats
Yeah,
are, she's
yeah,
MVP
I agree.
because that's like record basically based on record to the NBA
Yeah.
voters. Like we all know that, right?
Yep.
But now it like that's one reason why it's more competitive. Also, Jokic and Doncic are both playing fantastic, and the teams are both doing very, very well. Like it's really a who's. I do think Shea is still the runner, the best odds to win it. I think he end up winning it, but I don't want to discount the other ones because they could just turn the tide and say, oh yeah, he's the MVP winner. He's
That's
the
fair.
I
MVP.
think
And the last
Doncic
games you don't know,
is
right?
like a hardened man. He's not gonna win it until like.
It's
what-
crazy because like he's had such a good year this
I
year,
know.
and him go like third in the voting. It's ridiculous.
I
It's
don't
crazy.
think. I don't think that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that
there's a lot of
He's
talent
he's like
in
a
the
Harden.
NBA.
He's extremely talented, and even on defense, he's like an elite defender. Now Doncic is getting better on defense. He's like improving his game a lot. You can tell, but I think that honestly, dude, if Doncic wants to win the MVP, he's gonna have to like do some crazy stuff. He's gonna like 35 points per game, some crazy shit, man. Like it's that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be that if he's gonna win.
It'll take
Some like
big to do it,
33, 10 and 10, or like 34, like 9 and 9, something crazy. Because let's be honest, the Lakers are not a good team. They don't have
No.
like the structure as other teams do, as championship
Yeah.
teams do. They have DeAndre Ayton as center. I've backed up the Lakers hundreds of times because I like Luka as a player,
Yeah.
and I think he puts that team on his back sometimes. But until the Lakers actually
100%,
create a strong team and a good team without thinking about, oh, well, what does LeBron want? What does
Yeah.
Luka want? And they actually create a team around them, then we're gonna start talking.
Yeah.
Okay, Luka could win MVP this year because they're they're second in the West.
Yeah.
Luka has the talent. He has all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
You can tell his work ethic is starting to get better in LA after he left Dallas. But I don't see him winning until the Lakers actually start getting serious and stop signing these
Yeah.
buffoons on their team. Like, why do we need half these guys? Why do they need half these guys they have? Okay, you have Luka, you have Austin Reeves. That's your backcourt, right? That's your one.
That's
and
a
two.
very good scoring
That's a
backcourt,
very
too,
good
yeah.
backcourt. And on defense, they're not bad. And then you have your.
Not
and then
good
you have
either,
your.
but yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're
And then you have your front three. You have LeBron, let's say, and then you have Aiden, and I don't even know who their power forward is.
It could be
Vanderbilt?
Hachimura, it could be Laravia, Vanderbilt. They have a bunch of guys.
And then their depth is just not there.
Yeah, it's Luke Kennard.
They need something, man. They need a spark. They need to try and focus on Luka.
I want to add to your point for a second. I do feel like the best chance he's going to have at winning the MVP is once LeBron either leaves or B retires
Yeah.
and they build a bit more of like have more weapons around him and more defensive structure around him. That's going to give him the best chance chance to
absolutely.
win the MVP.
So let's say LeBron this summer, he says to the Lakers, I don't want to come back. I'm not going to come back. I want out. How much do you think they get for LeBron? What do you think they get for how much is left on his contract? What, 1 year?
I think
Yeah,
it's
late,
this year,
late
yeah.
first.
Oh, it expires
He's
this year.
42 years old.
So
He's going to be 42.
How much do you get? How much would you
Like
get?
a first.
First? A first in the NBA is much more valuable
A
than
late
first in the NBA.
late first.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm
For
trying to think of
a
team that-
win now team. They'll
Minnesota?
sacrifice it for the leadership.
Minnesota?
I don't think Minnesota's going to win now.
Cleveland? No.
I could see,
someone in
I
the
could
East-
see
I
him going
could
back
see
home to
Cleveland.
Cleveland for like a cheap deal and do 1 year, this final year there, and
But I'm
then
just
the last
thinking,
push
like,
with the core there.
I'm just thinking, what if he re-signs in LA and then they trade him?
I don't think that would ever happen.
That's not
That,
gonna
that would
happen,
like
no.
to a player
Or a
like
sign
LeBron.
or a sign and trade.
Okay, well, yeah.
Because
I don't think that ever happens to a player like LeBron. Like they just
But-
Yeah,
goes
that's
his
true.
way.
If he wants to go, he'll
realistically,
go.
We
Yeah.
all
He
know
won't-
he's going to stay another year in LA, play it out, and then retire at the end of the season. They're not going to win his chip next year. They're probably going to win. Anytime they're going to win, it's going to be after LeBron retires, I think.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for LeBron again, but
Yeah.
I just think personally that
It's Luka's team now. Like they
Luka's
can't.
team, man.
They feel indebted to LeBron because obviously he brought them the championship in the COVID year.
But AD had a great playoffs.
Yeah, but
Let's
of
remember,
course,
that team was
of
nothing
course,
without AD.
But
The
the,
year
po- the
before,
point,
where
the
were
point
they?
I'm making is that they
weren't even
feel
in the
indebted to
playoffs.
LeBron because LeBron was there. He was the main guy of the championship for the first time
Yeah.
since the Kobe eras. But so they have to feel like they have to pay him. Obviously, that's why they drafted his son. That's why they have to show him all this respect. But if they're actually like serious about winning, not just satisfying LeBron, then yeah, they will win once they actually build around Luka.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and, and to add to his point as well too, a bit of a side topic is like the money because like he's getting a lot of salaries getting paid just to him, right? And if you can put that money into different areas once he leaves, once he retires,
Get some
that's going to really
defense.
get more depth, get more defense. That's really going to build a stronger roster and have more of a roster construction
The
around
Lakers,
Luka,
man, they're
right?
so worried about the show. They're so worried about the
That's
LeBron,
always how
Yeah.
they've been though. You know what
I
I mean?
love Luka,
Yeah.
and Luka is one of the best players in the
Luka
NBA.
is the show of that team now. It
Yeah.
is the Luka show. That's
And
his
you
team
gotta,
now.
You got to give him the keys, man. Give
Yeah.
him the keys. Enough about LeBron.
yeah.
Okay, let's move on. NHL. I want to start in Edmonton because Draisaitl is out until the end of the regular season.
Yeah.
Christian, this only strengthens your case to Edmonton not making the playoffs.
I know.
Do you still believe that?
I'm kind of 50-50 just because like the Pacific is just listen, if it was like any other year of like the NHL's existence, I'd say yeah, they probably still miss out. But like I'm just looking, I'm not because I'm particularly impressed with Edmonton. I'm just looking at some of the teams in the Pacific and I'm like, okay, I think Edmonton can meet this very low bar that is just making at least a wild card or even the third seed in the Pacific. But you know, there's still 12 games left, and there's a lot of divisional games. So those are basically like 4-point games. So
Yeah.
they do have a bit of margin on the other teams, but things can change very fast because like you lose, the other team gets 2 points. It's basically a 4-point swing. So things can change very quickly, but I'm kind of 50-50 on it.
Yeah, that's who knows, man. Again, the
Who knows?
division sucks. It's
But
so bad.
I think even if they do make it, I don't see them doing anything.
Well,
But
it depends if Draisaitl comes back. If they,
no, like,
Yeah,
he's
it's
supposed to
right
come
for
back
the
for
playoffs, yeah.
like
He's
if they
supposed to
can
come back.
just get there, like they can beat teams like Vegas.
Right.
Vegas,
right,
I can see them
I
beating.
can see them beating Vegas. I agree with that. But realistically, they're going to play Vegas in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Then second round, they're going to go up against Anaheim. They could probably beat it. They could beat Anaheim, right? They could. Beat
Yeah.
Utah. I don't know.
They can.
I'm saying Utah is going to
I
be
think
there.
they can get through the. They can get through the.
They can, yeah, they
Pacific.
can, yeah.
I think that's not an issue for them. I think the real issue is the conference finals. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's- yeah.
I'm not giving them a chance. In that.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't see them doing
not
it. But,
not this year.
But
Yeah.
I could see them making it to the conference finals. I definitely see that happening.
It's possible.
But I
Oh,
just.
yeah.
I don't see them. Like this year,
I
I'm
don't know,
always like
there's-
confident. In
They
Edmonton,
don't
but
have that
I don't
same
think they got it this year.
spark they had like
No.
They
last.
don't, yeah.
Like how many years can you just hope for some guys in the bottom who haven't been showing up all year to just step up in the playoffs? Because that's what they got a bit lucky. Guys like Kapanen stepped up.
Yeah.
Perry.
Roslovic,
100%, yeah.
Perry last year. Perry's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
so
agree.
you just gotta hope for a new guy to step up, and it's hard to have those guys keep stepping up.
Yeah. And again, even in the last couple of years, they've always been around a 100-point team because they've always been really good.
Yeah.
Home advantage for most series. And this year, they'll be lucky to get like 90.
Yeah,
3 or
90.
like, they'll be lucky to get
right?
in the
Yeah.
low
And
90s.
that's like
Crazy.
the cutoff for the Pacific, like
Yeah.
93.
Yeah.
And they'll be an actual
And
divisional
if
spot.
you,
They won't even
if
walk
you
for
get
spot either.
92 points in the East, you're probably not making it. You,
Oh, yeah.
you are
They're
not
not
making
making
it in
it,
the East
yeah.
with
They're not making
92.
it, yeah.
It's crazy.
And you
No
could
chance.
get like second in the Pacific with the
Crazy.
same amount.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
George,
it's completely
are you,
nuts.
How disappointed are you with the suspension to Gudas?
Oh, it's just, I'm not going to get into it because I think it's obvious now. There's a personal dilemma with the head of player safety because obviously, I mean, it's fortunate because he did lose his career from it, but it was against the Leafs when he lost his career. And he hit his fist on the ice there. And I feel like, and I think a lot of fans know this, and I think it's pretty obvious to everyone now, and it has been obvious the last couple of years, but no one's really noticed until now that he has a grudge against the Leafs ever since that moment, and I feel like every single, and I'm not trying to say this just because I'm a Leaf fan. I'm telling you, like, just look through the history of everything. Every play, every like suspension worthy like thing that goes from or against the Maple Leafs, he always like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know how like you're telling me the Jason Spezza knee thing or not even that. The Morgan Ridley Gregg, the stick thing. Obviously, you don't do that. You get suspended for sure, right? You're telling me that's the same amount of games as this guy blatantly going knee on knee on a captain and putting his knee inwards?
Also to mention repeat offender.
A repeat offender, sorry, repeat offender.
I think he could have got. Honestly, I was talking to.
Suspended
not-
for the rest of the
it's-
season. Like when does it
It's
stop?
never the
No,
same.
Five
It can never be the
five
same. I'm
games.
sorry.
Five games means nothing to a guy like him.
Rest of the season.
No, but you have to teach the guy a lesson at some point.
It is a bit nuts,
If
but
he's
it-
just,
but, like,
it's
it's
5
just,
games,
like,
I'll just end
I don't
someone's
know.
season. For me, it's just 5 games. It's worth it to just end someone's season. Teach the guy a fucking lesson. Suspend him the rest of the season. I don't get it. You have to draw the line at some point.
I agree. The only thing is like I don't want to get into it too much. Don't get aggressive with it. But George Peros like
I know why he doesn't like Gudas.
Oh, of
'cause he
course.
injured Crosby.
no, yeah, Gudas,
I
yeah,
haven't
he,
liked
like,
him for the longest time.
But it
but
wasn't that. But to be fair, that was not a dirty hit.
that was
Like that wasn't. That was not a no. That wasn't.
It
a
was a
dirty hit.
hit against
he
the
has-
board.
It wasn't.
it
against
was
the
in a
board.
bad
It
place.
wasn't like it wasn't a knee on knee hit, but it wasn't like
In my
it wasn't
opinion, I thought Gudas
good
should
hit
get
either.
7 games. I think that's a fair suspension. 7 to 8 games.
Yeah.
Is a fair suspension.
Whatever the case is, like if you give Riley 5 for hacking a
Yeah.
guy and
Yeah.
he didn't even hit him like properly, like, he hit him obviously, but he didn't
I think that's
catch
the
him on the
thing.
neck or anything.
I think that's the thing. They
And
don't.
that's, like, you
they don't
can't-
look at the base anymore. They just go up whatever they think is worth.
It's whatever
yeah.
it's whatever the Leafs are doing. He goes against them. I'm telling you right now. And
See,
again,
I'm
I'm
not
not just
gonna-
saying that.
There's
I'm not
some
trying to
people
say that,
have
I'm
got
telling you.
suspended. The point is, people have gotten suspended more for less, and
doing
people
the
that
same-
haven't
yeah.
been repeat offenders.
Yeah.
So I
That's
just think
the
they don't
point,
look at that anymore. They don't weigh it out anymore. They're just like, okay, you get 5 games. Oh, you
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
10
it's-
games.
it's
Oh,
problematic.
look at the severity of this. It's like there's no
There's no-
scale.
exactly,
anymore.
yeah.
They need a scale. They need a damn
Yeah.
scale.
I don't understand it. And we saw it. I know obviously there's different play, not as severe with the injury to Stolars in Game 1 against Florida last year. Another reason for that of why there's no suspension for that at all. Nothing. Zero.
Yeah.
Another reason for that is too is I believe one of the assistants of player safety is the father of the assistant GM of the Panthers.
See, man, like that stuff for me is just like Leaf fan talk, bro. It's like
It's true.
like too-
It's true though.
It's
Like
too, bro.
it's true.
It's
though.
too deep, bro.
It's not deep because if you look at the
It's
numbers, it's
too-
true.
You might have a point.
It's to me like I don't like to get into the theories and to that.
I don't want to get into it either,
Because-
but like, there's the evidence. Like, it can't be
It-
more
it-
clear.
it-
and I've
it
seen that for
exists,
me.
like,
Like,
it
it has
definitely
to
has
exist
to
something.
start.
To me, the theories I try not to get into it because I don't want to go too crazy.
No,
like,
Yeah, of course.
like you remember like the Tampa Montreal thing when Tampa was like $18 million.
But that's the rule. That's the loophole. And they use
Okay,
the
but
rule.
that,
Everyone
that's
used
not
the rule.
really
That's
like
not
someone
against
working
you.
behind the
No, but-
scenes. That's
okay,
not what we're
okay,
talking
but there was
about.
there was a time at the end of the Vegas Habs game when McNabb sucker punched Suzuki in the face. He was just standing there.
That's Bedman glorifying his Vegas
So,
baby. Yeah,
so
that's
listen,
just
I'm
yeah.
I'm just saying. I try not to get into that. I let the game play out how it's supposed to happen.
Oh,
We
yeah.
beat Vegas.
Yeah.
We ended up going to the finals. We lost to the better team in Tampa. Sure, that's okay
Yeah.
with me. I can live with that. But like, I understand why you're mad. I understand the point.
It's just like, again, like I don't. Again, I'm not saying here like, oh, it's always. It's not only the Leafs.
No,
No, it's just
we
saying like
talked about it.
there's actual examples where it can be
we
like,
talked
okay,
about
like
it
there's a bit of a
earlier.
problem.
You look at
right?
the U.S. Dominican game. You know who the guy was that made that strike call? He was American.
Oh, of
There's
course.
always There's always something.
So now listen,
around
I'm
it,
not
right?
blaming it on him. I'm blaming it on the fact that there was no ABS and there should have been ABS
Yeah.
in that moment. Why the hell is there no ABS? It's an MLB ran tournament.
Yeah,
It's not like
exactly, yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
the committee of baseball or something. It's MLB ran. Put in the damn ABS. Make the right calls. It's stupid. It's
Yeah.
so dumb. Like, and I agree. Like, you know what I was saying to one of my buddies the other day? I said, okay, you know what? Get rid of biasness. Get rid of it completely.
Yeah.
Put in a guy, like a player from like Europe or something. Like a player who's played for like a European league.
That's the one
who
thing.
knows,
They could do that.
who's not
Yeah.
biased.
That's the one good thing. That's the one good thing I gotta say. Even though some of the calls in the Olympics were terrible, every single Olympic game, the two teams that are playing, and they have refs from every other country.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And some of World Juniors as well too. That is smart because then you eliminate any theory, any possibility of that. Okay, oh that guy's from America. He's cool. He's gonna referee the USA versus France. Let's say an example,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Of course, he's gonna give USA the calls. He's from America. He wants him to win, right?
Yeah.
It eliminates that, and that's a smart thing that they've done really,
Yeah,
really well.
so
That's a good
I
thing with
think
that.
personally, I was so stupid when I saw an American upping the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Dominican
Big time.
game. I was like, what the hell is this, man? Like, how could you have a guy from that country actually umpiring the game? That to me is way like so stupid. It's so stupid, man. Because there's obviously biases in it. You're telling me if you refed Canada versus, I don't know, U.S. game, there would be some biasness.
100%.
Of course.
Of course, you're getting paid and you have to do it for a job, and you're gonna have like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna make all terrible calls.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah.
Still, you're gonna have some.
Hey,
bias.
100%.
You'll give
yeah.
them
It's
some
kinda
calls
how it
that
goes.
you're
small,
gonna
like
wait.
if
Small-
it's like close, small calls.
all the 50-50 ones are going
Yeah,
your
exactly.
country's way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
100%. Yeah, that's been existing not just in hockey, but in all sports. I just feel like now it's becoming a little bit more relevant in this particular department. But again, shit happens. What can you do?
Yeah.
Right. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone has their preferences, and that's just can't really, nothing we can do about it. That's gonna seal it for today's episode. We thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you really, really like this one. And make sure you check out our pages on Instagram, TikTok, and we're also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. That's pretty much going to do it for today. Thank you all for watching once again. That's Joseph. That's Christian. I'm George. We're the Sped Podcast, and we are out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.